Sorry, he's down in the hole.
I'm down here putting away our spare rudder, which doesn't look like it's going to fit.
Oh no.
I'll get something, but I've just worked on my emergency tiller, which I'll do a bit of a video on that, because originally I stuffed it up, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is, it's not happy. Right, I designed these rudders just to fit perfectly in here. Now, if they were extra long, they wouldn't fit, but I've now got it to fit absolutely perfectly. So if I can get it over the top of the rudder, if I can get it over the top of the rudder, over the top of the rudder, I should be able to turn it. Yes, it is absolutely perfect. Look at that.
You going to strap that down?
I think I'll strap it down, yeah. Look at that. That's stored against the wall, safe and sound, and hopefully never to be used. But that is the best place for it, right out of the way. The scuba tank's locked in here. In these ribs that I put in, these stringers, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to secure the scuba tanks down into those. So that's our dive tank. I actually designed it that way.
Sure you did.
Trust me, when I was laying in here, the last thing on my mind was how I was going to store the rudder and the scuba tanks. But best laid plans obviously work out. But yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Our emergency tiller has been, over a year in the making, and I hopefully never going to use it. But what I've got here is I've got a hatch. Got this contraption here, which is actually galvanized steel. I should have probably made it out of stainless, but maybe I'll do that one day. And I've got a bush here which sits in the top of the deck, and then this one here sits in the rudder shaft itself, and then this is the new hole that I've just drilled to lock the whole thing in place. I'll just show how that works. So this goes down in through here, all the way down through, and this guy goes all the way in and locates on the pin down here that I can no longer use because I filled it with epoxy to here and it doesn't grip hold of it. So my workaround was this bracket, which has been sprayed in clear acrylic, so hopefully it doesn't rust. And it's got a hole in it that whacks over the tiller and goes through there. We bolt that on, tighten it up obviously. And then we should be able to
I'm doing up here and
steer
then
the boat. We've only got one rudder under steering, but and that's working perfectly. Might be enough to get us out of trouble. We're not going to be going full steering like this. It's only going to be here to here, but at least when that's all tightened up, that will give us some autonomy if we ever have a steering system failure, which is unlikely given that it's all copper crimps and everything. But
I hate when you tempt fate like that.
I know what you mean. But the nice thing about it is we can actually shut the sugar scoop hatch while the tiller's in place. So we've got access to the thing while the tiller's in place should we need to get in and make any adjustments. But yeah, we're supposed to be leaving today. Look at the freaking wind. It's just howling. We have had, today was supposed to be the weather window and it's just blowing a gale. We had a massive cold front came through yesterday. It was freezing last night. I mean, freezing for us is 8-9 degrees.
Down in Hobart where Ellen is.
Yes, yeah, Ellen rang us from Tasmania and she said it's snowing on the mountain down there, so she's been pretty cold and she's been out in the wilderness all week at work. And yeah, so we're copping the cold front from Antarctica at the moment, and hopefully that'll move through tomorrow. We've got 21 degrees tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, and we're hoping to sail off on Sunday morning, if not Saturday afternoon. We'll just see how we go. We have waited a very long time for this moment, and that moment is that we're about to put the car away. The trailer, the folding trailer, is already in our garage and we're off. Tomorrow we're going to head out into the bay, out to the other side of Jervis Bay, and then await a weather window. Here she comes, saying goodbye to the house.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, eh?
Very weird.
Very weird.
No, we've kind of gone for quite a few months. The fact that we're really going.
We're really going.
It's a bit strange.
Because we've said goodbye. We live in heaven. We live on a sort of a beautiful reserve, and We're very, very lucky, and the Jervis Bay area is just home for us. But it's time for us to spread Synergy's wings, or her sheets, and get on the way. And we've got the tender down here. We've got the car full of all the last stuff that we need to bring on board. Now, Jason across the road said to me a couple of days ago, he said, "How's the waterline?" I said, "Nah, it's good." And he goes, "Wait till you get all the crap you got to put on it to go cruising." And I'm starting to see what he means, because we've overloaded it. Well, we haven't overloaded. We've been pretty good. We've been culling back and forth for the last 2 or 3 months, just getting rid of stuff we don't need. But we are now about to put a carton of beer on. That's very important, because I'm going to have a beer tonight after today. We've just finished a whole heap of extra projects, and we're ready to go. So the tender's here. We're going to load it up to the hilt. I've just registered it with New South Wales as a registered boat, which was exciting. That means I can put a bigger motor on it later on. But first things first, let's get cruising and just get on our way and enjoy ourselves. It's a bit of a muddy slip today, isn't it? Could have had a high tide just to rub the salt into the wound. We've got a dead low tide. I've got a few things in here. We've been shopping again, and most importantly is a carton of beer.
Oh, we went shopping for beer.
Yep, but we also had to get gas. On these here are a sealed lid for our battery box. Apparently it's standard now in New South Wales to have a sealed lid so that nothing can drop in on your batteries, and it needs to be vented. It does make sense. We don't want anyone lifting up our Dynet module and dropping a spanner or a wrench in on top of our lithium batteries. So I've just cut that. I've been putting that off and putting it off, and I just rushed it about half an hour ago. Anyway, we're ready to go with that, and we've got some new shelving to put in. So we've had a nice little soiree in town, spending more money than we have. And now it's time to go cruising and stop spending, and we're just going to await the next weather window, which looks like it's the day after tomorrow. So if we head out into the bay tomorrow, we should be able to get on our way north, which is around about 100 nautical miles, about 80 nautical miles I think it is, to Cronulla. Certainly not worried about weight on our boat. We are trying to keep our weight down. We've gotten rid of so much heavy stuff. I got rid of a whole heap of tinned wire looms and stuff that just weren't going to be necessary. Extra tubing and pipe work and stuff. And when we come back in around November, I'm going to have a big sale on marine tinned wire. So keep an eye out on eBay. It's going to be some good deals. Good deals, because copper's going to go about 10 times the price between now and then, and I'm going to cash up. We're going to make bank on what's left. Anyway, for now I'm going to put the car in the garage, disconnect the battery, lock up, and we're off. Well, that's it. Locked it up. Trailer's in there, and that's it. I'm going to walk down to the tender, load up, and we're gone. Tomorrow morning we're going to make our way out into the big blue sea and get cruising. It's been a long time in the making. 10 years since we thought of the idea. And here we go, ready to go. Pretty exciting stuff. One could say this is quite a momentous occasion, even though we've been in and out of the river several times, like 20 times or so. This is the last time we're going to leave the river for a long, long time, probably 6 to 8 months, maybe even more. We don't really know, do we? No, it's going to be good. We're all ready. We're basically loaded up with food. We've got tons of water, fully loaded with fuel. I've just strapped down the tender, so the tender's all tied off, and we've just put our Delta Cat kayak on. We love this cat because super stable. Not that we need super stable kayaks, but it is a super lightweight. It's only about 15 kilos, so we do love that. Just hung that up under the arch that I've made, and that's going to be a good addition, because I love a bit of paddling, and you know, we just couldn't take sea kayaks at this stage. Maybe next year, once I get some built, we'll get that done. It's pretty windy, so we're going to have a bit of a difficulty getting off the mooring, but we're going out to Vincentia for the night. We'll stay the night there, and then we'll head further out into the bay tomorrow and make our way waiting for this weather window that's apparently going to be Sunday morning at about 5 a.m. We're going to get a bit of a clear run towards Sydney, if not Sydney, maybe even Shell Harbour Marina. We're not really sure yet. It's been a bit of a process, hasn't it? Yeah. How you feeling?
A bit nervous. I don't know why I'm a bit nervous about going out here. It's just the whole...
No, it's fine.
I'm fine.
We'll be fine. And the wind's starting to drop nicely, because the last couple of days we've had a polar Antarctic blast, and yesterday was bloody freezing here, howling westerlies, and that was the day we were supposed to be leaving. So good job we held off and waited for today, because it's a gorgeous day. It's about 20 degrees and the wind is a little bit gusty, but we're just going to try and pick it as we get ourselves off the mooring. Once we're off the mooring, we're fine, because once you get out in the bay, it's pretty benign out there in close to shore where we're heading to, which is about 6 or 7 nautical miles away. Care to kick the engines over for the first time. This is real. We're actually going to leave. We're finally going to leave everyone after 10 years. And nice to kick him over. I will. So we do our rudimentary check, or our mandatory check for water flow. I've cleaned the hull, so we'll just get Janet to go up front, move the front mooring across. That wasn't so bad. I just hope we don't get the dolphin watch boat in at the bottom of the river here, but we're on our way out. Come up here for a sec. Goodbye, mooring. Goodbye. We're on our way. This is it. You excited?
Yeah, I am actually, yeah. Now we're off the mooring.
That was the hardest part of the whole day off it, is getting on and off our mooring. But yeah, that's cool. It's our new life, Jan. You waited long enough. Everybody's waited long enough. 28,000 people have waited long enough for us to get going. And we're on our way. So let's get going, eh? Okay, here we are going down the creek for the very last time for a long time. Righto, so it gets a bit narrow down here, as we've said before, and the big dolphin watch boats and the whale watching boats are all in now, luckily, so we're pretty happy they've all come home. And we can just come down here and swing to port, make our way out to sea. Very shallow section down here straight ahead of us. Tide's running out, so it's got hold of me. That's it, on our way out. The building for Marine Rescue there is being rebuilt, and they've destroyed the old one. They're currently out at the Woolamaya boat ramp where we launch our boats from. And yeah, this is weird, we're leaving. Oh, look at this, we should keep going.
Favourite part of my bay. There's two parts of the bay I absolutely love. Well, I love the whole bay, but Hole in the Wall, Scottish Rocks area. I've always used to sea kayak here and loved it. And Hare Bay, which is on the other side. Look at these guys.
5:30 a.m. Mother's Day here in Oz, and we're heading out of JB for the last time. And basically making our way. We've just had a pretty rough night at Hole in the Wall. Wind turned west and the mooring was belting into the boat again, so we ended up at 10 to 1. We ended up moving and anchoring in about 10 metres of water, about 500 metres offshore. We just couldn't do it anymore. I thought I'm going to end up in the hole in the boat before I even leave Jervis Bay. We've got Darren on board. Darren, we met him last night. He's offered to come up to Sydney with us, and we're heading out. So we're basically just out near Bowen Island. The sun's about to pop its head over the horizon. We've got Bowen Island here and Point Perpendicular over here. And we're just going to whack the sails up, get those up, and we're going to head out. It's about a 2 metre southerly swell with a light west-southwest wind. West-southwest should give us a little gentle push all the way up the coast, and we'll be able to just get the momentum going and hopefully make it all the way to Cronulla or Port Hacking, which is around about, I think it's about 75 nautical miles or so from here. And should be a big day, probably a good 10-12 hours of sailing, a bit of motor sailing potentially. We've got the motors on now because we're about to put the sails up. Well, we've made the break. Good morning, mate.
Good morning, Roscoe.
How are you, buddy?
I'm fine.
Camera's in your face.
Look at the headlands here.
Yeah, she's pretty stunning, and we've got a bit of a swell rolling. Ahoy, she's a good swell. A 2 metre swell, definitely 2 metres, isn't it? Yeah. Beautiful, what a stunning view, eh? Bloody, this guy has had me working since, what, 4:30 this morning. Actually, he had me working all night because we had a bit of a rough night with the mooring, didn't we? Bloody mooring, banging against the boat, so 10 to 1, fuck this, we went and ran and anchored up about a K offshore, so not that impressive a sight. And we've got Janet on the helm this morning, we've got the main up. We're pretty excited that the swell's quite considerable. Just keep an eye out for whales too today.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
You alright?
Yeah.
Well, everybody seems to have been waiting for today, where we finally broke away from Jervis Bay and gave her a good run and stretched the legs, and here we are about 2 hours in and we're cruising along at 7 knots, about 6 or 7 kilometres offshore, 3 or 4 miles offshore, holding the course at around 20 degrees with a westerly, so we're basically on a beam. And we're doing 6 to 7 to, we've been up to 8.5 knots. We've got a 2 metre southerly swell. 2 metre southerly swell, and we have got the main prevented as well as the jib prevented as well through a low friction ring and a soft shackle. Darren's been busy keeping that all under control. And yeah, we don't like the way that's flickering, but we're sort of showing our speed here currently at about 5 knots. And we're fluctuating as the wind's a little bit fickle, but there's a certain validation that I've received this morning. It is a bit chilly, but that validation means that at least it sails, because I've always been worried that it may not have been a very good sailboat, but I'm pretty bloody happy, and Darren told me it was reasonably respectable, and I think that's a lot coming from Darren, because he likes to cruise it along about 14 knots. And I'm pretty happy with that. There inside, it's Mother's Day. Janet's talking to Ellen on the phone. I'm up here on my own at 9 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and it's pretty nice sailing, I've got to say. I'm just loving it. The whole Illawarra escarpment. Over here we've got Shoalhaven Heads, and then we've got Currarong down here, and then right in the background there, right down there, we've said goodbye to Jervis Bay for maybe about 6 to 12 months. Don't really know yet. I'm just going to go for as long as we possibly can. And leaving for this period of time is, yeah, it's a bit weird, but quite happy because it's a bit of an adventure. And today's just been fantastic. I mean, if it stays like this for the rest of our cruising career, I'll be bloody happy. It's a bit chilly, but we're just cruising along and absolutely wrapped, absolutely stoked. Everything feels safe and smooth, and everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and we're flying along at 7.5 knots right now, so happy with that.
So, looking from in here, we're going to turn up towards Wollongong, and we've got a direct southerly, so Jaren's taken the preventer off, and then we're going to gullwing with the main, so he's going to take it across as we turn. Ross, just so we haven't filmed any of this, he's up here doing a great job.
Hello, it's all happening here. We're about to go wing on wing. How exciting is that? And because we're heading, at the moment, we're heading towards Kiama, which is probably about third of the way to Sydney. So we've had a really nice run this morning. It's been awesome fun, and I've been a little bit high because I'm enjoying it.
So we've got a cleat down there. So it's a bit stronger than the preventer we had earlier. You might have to put the engine on to do this. So we're trying to go wing on wing so we can go straight up to a place called Staniel Park.
Well, we've been underway for about 7 hours, almost 8 hours. We left at about 5:30 this morning. First trip ever, and we've got about 20 nautical miles to go to get into Port Hacking, which is the southern bay, south, about 20 miles south of Sydney. And our son Sam, who helped me with the boat here, lives there. He was supposed to be on this trip but was unable to make it, and our logistics got a little bit too difficult to meet up. So Darren's come on board, and we've just had a perfect day, and we are running on a 15 knot southerly wind with a 2 metre southerly swell, and it's pretty full on, and we're cruising at 8 knots. I mean, it just doesn't get any better. We've got the main right out. We've got one reef in the main and the full head sail out, and we've got the main prevented, and we're just running downwind, and it's just absolutely idyllic. I've just had a sleep. That's why I'm a bit red-faced. I had a rugged night last night. I think I had 1 hour. I was up moving the boat around and the mooring and everything, and we just complained about this thing, but every time I go out there I complain. I don't know why I ever stop there. It's a diabolical mooring field. Beautiful, stunning location. The moorings are about the size of bloody houses, and they just destroy your boat. So we ended up anchoring out in 10 metres of water, which is legal out there because there's seagrass there. We don't want to be ripping up the seagrass. So it's coffee time in the afternoon, and we're having our tea and coffee break. How's the day been, mate?
It's been really good.
Give us a feeling of what you think of the boat. You thought it was going to fall apart?
No, it's super comfortable.
Good.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on like 7.5 knots in about 15.
Yeah.
So that's really respectable.
I'm happy with that. That's
Yeah,
good, mate.
yeah.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You happy with that, Janet?
Yeah, why couldn't not? I mean,
It's super comfortable, huh?
Yeah, we're comfortable. That's because it's heavy.
It's more comfortable than ours.
Oh, yours would be buzzing along at 15 knots at this stage. Oh, that's good to hear, but it's been a beautiful day, hasn't it? We've had a great run. 2 hours ago, autopilot decided to give up the ghost for a second, didn't it?
yeah, and broke my kettle.
And broke Janet's kettle.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, so we're improvising, but Darren and I we've got a workaround.
But we learnt.
Yeah.
Learnt some more stuff, right?
Yeah, we did. I think Dyneema handles on the kettle now.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Oh,
teach.
yeah.
Janet can actually splice it too.
Yeah. If you build a boat, you can fix a kettle.
That's right. We can fix the kettle. Brilliant. Oh, good on you guys. I enjoy your coffee. And in here is Port Kembla, and there's some big coal ships there taking coal off to China and Japan, I'd imagine. There's probably about 10 of them, I think, there. I can only see 3 at the moment. Oh no, there's a few there. Yep, that's the steelworks there, BHP, and the coal terminal there, and it's a big place where all our cars come into New South Wales as well from overseas. But right up the coast here we've got massive coal ships, and we're heading right out to sea. We're about 10 k's off the coast at the moment, probably about 6 nautical miles, just to avoid that mooring field. And as you can see, the sea states, well, you'd think it looks horrible, but it actually feels pretty good on the boat here. It's fine. We're cruising at 7.5 to 8 knots, downwind, straight downwind, big swells. I mean, these are 2 metre swells plus coming from the south. We're pretty excited. This is the big escape. It's a yeehaw scene. We went yeehaw and left Jervis Bay this morning for a bit of an adventure on Synergy, and pretty stoked to be doing that.
We have to
Well, what can I say? We've just arrived at Gibbon Beach in Port Hacking after a 12.5-hour sail. And we sailed basically for 12 hours of it, reaching speeds of around 10 knots. So I'm pretty happy with that, and it was a sensational day. Just learned a lot. In fact, learned a lot about the boat and about myself and about Janet, and we really did have an incredible first session to leave Jervis Bay on the beginning of our trip. So we've just pulled into Gibbon, we're on a mooring, and it's just stunningly calm after last night's beatdown that we copped in Jervis Bay. And we should know better in Jervis Bay, but we should have known better not to moor there. But anyway, we're here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And the team are pretty happy.
Yeah, it's in that way.
Ah.
What do you reckon?
Very healthy.
I reckon we should have a cheers.
Oh yes, absolutely. Put on you guys.
Here's to our 100 kilometre, 12.5 hour sail.
And the-
Cheers.
And the boat works.
Yeah, and the boat's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
actually, I thought the
really
boat
good.
was really good, but
Yeah.
Cheers.
we're
Cheers.
so
Sorry.
happy. Yeah.
Cheers.
Well done,
Okay.
well done to you guys.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, Darren. Thanks for all your advice today. It was brilliant. And he scrambled all over the deck, putting in low friction rings and barber haulers and you name it. So I've learned a lot about preventing the sails. And we didn't have one point where it flogged. The autopilot did actually have a bit of a conniption and turned off and rounded up into the wind, and that was pretty ordinary. But other than that, and we smashed Janet's kettle. But other than that, everything else was brilliant. We had a really nice sail and came in here on dark and followed the chart explicitly and made it to a beautiful mooring. It was nice and calm, and we're time to have a rest because we're rooted.